It's EnergyBob.com, a virtual plethora.
The chicken or the egg? The question of which came first, the chicken or the egg, has been plaguing humanity apparently since the Greek historian Mestrius Plutarchus, born in 46 AD. He was the one who brought it up for the first time in writing. It's the oldest time where the question was recorded. Their version of tape machines and microphones was papyrus and blood. Who knows how long it was talked about before it was written? A quick search on the internet yields a heavy lean toward the egg, with evidence to back up their claims ranging from questionable to laughable. 1. Of the fossils they've found, the eggs are older than the chicken, but they use dinosaurs in general and eggs in general, not specifically a chicken. Not to mention of no mention of the first animal of all to bear an egg. And where did they come from? My guess is the predators would eat the chickens before they would bother foraging for the well-hidden eggs out of desperation as they were milling about the prairies doing whatever it was they were doing while not sleeping. Or the egg fossils they found were just the ones left either because the predators never found them or the predators never got to them before that tragic day when they all got wiped out. 2. Another theory suggests that the chicken egg came from something else. David Papineau at King's College London said this.
I would argue it's a chicken egg if it has a chicken in it. If a kangaroo laid an egg from which an ostrich hatched, that would surely be an ostrich egg, not a kangaroo egg. By this reasoning, the first chicken did indeed come from a chicken egg, even though that egg didn't come from chickens.
I think he was exaggerating the point using two species of animal that were quite different. I'm sure he meant from two other different birds that produced the chicken. Therefore, due to the new creature first appearing in an egg brought about from two other species, the answer is the egg. Which two animals? They didn't mention anything about what the animals could be, or their fossils or anything. 3. More than once it was stated that birds in general came after eggs in general. Pretty general statement if you ask me. There's nothing specific. Different species came around at different times. So there are 3 arguments that the egg came first. I'm sure there must be more, but I'm not going to go look for them. Here's my take. I say it's the chicken. Here's why. The chicken is an actual. The egg is a potential. An actual always precedes a potential. That's it. That's all you need. I do have more evidence that it was the chicken, and I'll tell you what that is after this.
We will return to our program after this word from our sponsor. And now, back to our program.
The chicken could have originally been a live bearer. Like horses, dogs, and humans, they give birth to live offspring. With all the talons and the beak jabbing the uterus, chickens developed an inner lining that is now what we know as the egg. It is very common that when the egg first comes out, it is soft and pliable. Here's another possibility. When God was working on making the chicken, he interviewed some of them as they returned to his main domain. How was it like being a chicken? He asked them as they returned. The chickens would generally respond with, well, it was pretty disheartening that we had wings and we couldn't fly, so we sat around a lot. Food was plentiful because, well, we eat like birds. But giving birth, oh man, that hurts. First you got this little thing starting to poke you, And at first it's not bad, you know, kinda tingly. Here comes my baby, excited mother and all. Then it grows, and the talons and beak get bigger and bigger and they're poking and pinpricking the whole abdomen. Then when it finally comes out, it scrapes the birth canal, draws blood, and when it's over it leaves a great big mess. God agreed this was happening because he had seen the results in other returning chickens. He pondered a moment and said, "Okay, how about this? Once you have the embryo up to speed, you spit it out onto something soft like, I don't know, I'll let you figure that out, it'll give you something to do. Anyway, so you lay the egg somewhere and, since you're already sitting around anyway, you sit on it. It's just like it's still inside, but it's outside. Keep it warm like it was inside and wait for it to work its own way out. What do you think?" "Sounds good," said the chicken. "I'll give it a try now." "Okay," said God, as he flipped through his notes on his clipboard. "We have a dozen going out this afternoon and one of them canceled." "Did you have anything to do with that cancellation?" asked the chicken. "I'll never tell," said God.
The preceding was brought to you by
It's EnergyBob.com, a virtual plethora